Hey y'all, welcome back to another live. I literally just got out of the shower and we are going to be getting ready and chatting, of course, like the title says, about how to get a guy to like you. I'm so excited. I'm like, how long do I wait? Let me SPF. We're going to put this on my IG story so that people know what's going on. Let me take a picture. I hope everyone had a good weekend, a good Easter weekend. If you celebrate, the hair's kind of crazy. Okay, let me not look. Like, I kind of prefer wearing this off the shoulder though. Okay. And let me copy the link. Hey y'all, what is up? I'm really excited for our live stream. It's also a new month and the first day of Retrograde, which is a little bit of a trigger warning. Okay, go to my Twitter, copy the link to the live. Let me actually live now. Because y'all be missing the live sometimes, and I think it's just because I don't always promote it. Sometimes the Paris filter is like, okay, we get it. Okay. Live right now. Okay. Hey guys. Okay. So, welcome. How to get a guy to like you is our topic. I'm also recording a new podcast episode today. That's like what I'm getting ready for. So if you guys have any questions or topics you want me to also discuss on that, LMK. Beverage check, I have my smoothie, my peppermint tea, and my water. And I'll probably make a coffee after this, honestly, because we might need it. Y'all, I need to list my clothes on Poshmark so bad. Like, I have so many clothes. And I don't know why that just always seems like the hardest thing in the world to do. But love your spring vibes. Oh my God, thank you. I need to find the perfect pant to wear with this top because it's cute. I'm literally wearing these like fuzzy pants right now just because I'm like inside and I want it to be cozy. But I need like a chic, like white pant, I think, or like a really nice jean, but it has to be the right color and like cut to look like nice. So I probably honestly wouldn't want to do a jean, but I love this top. It's so cute. I have like a little try on haul coming up. Hashtag spawns. So in my opinion and experience, the best way to get a guy to like you is to literally not care at all. And I'm sure a lot of you have experienced this with someone that you didn't like. Or maybe you've experienced it where you don't like someone at first, but then maybe you start to like them, or you sleep with them and then they kind of switch up. A tale as old as time, some may say. So that usually happens because there's like an energetic shift where a man wants to chase and likes to chase, and then once you are like down, which seems reasonable, you know, it's like, yeah, obviously, like if the feeling is mutual, I want to show you that, but no, you can't. Because a lot of these guys are not like reasonable, hashtag emotionally mature, like, you know, and just the whole thing of like men and women are different. And I just always think of this Shira 7 quote where she's like, you don't treat them how you want to be treated. You actually treat them how you don't want to be treated. So like we hate, what do we hate? Like when someone's not replying quickly to our text. Also, a side note, I know it's getting to be spring because I'm feeling a little overheated in these cozy pants. It's like kind of raining. We don't like being ignored. We don't like, you know, when we have a really good time with someone and then they don't want to hang out with us right away again. So that's honestly what you have to do. And I said this in a recent podcast episode, but oh, thank you. Mediterranean. Yes. They also sent me a dress that's similar to this. It's like the same kind of top, but it's a little too, I don't know. We'll see. Your ditch dumb guys advice. Exactly. Because y'all just have to realize, like, I'm not promoting being toxic, being like immature, like playing games. It's just you just have to know, capital K, what's going on. And you have to be aware, capital A, of these scams, capital S. How do I lose? Hashtag weight loss. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, follow Billy for his weight loss, his new weight loss channel. He's on a fitness journey. So far, he's lost 85 pounds. I'm just kidding. I'm literally joking. Well, like, partially. Links below. He'll be going live on his channel. I'm just kidding. I wish. Because, like, these guys depend on you to not be aware of their scams in order to get what they want. And that's, like, what society is based off of. You know, we're sold this fantasy that you're going to find the perfect Prince Charming and live happily ever after. And that's just not really realistic in general. Even if everyone was like normal and, I don't know, emotionally immature. Because nobody's perfect. But, you know, that's why society ingrains in women from the time we're very young just to have all these insecurities and to like crave validation and approval from men. And like, you know, it's kind of like, okay, what do you gain? And it's funny also because, I mean, not funny, haha, but like a lot of the things that guys say that they want, they don't actually truly ultimately want. So like when a guy's like, I want my haha female to cook and clean for me and go 50-50 and whatever, it's like they won't respect you and like chase after you, and they will like leave you if you do all that. So that's why it's just really important, again, to recognize the scams, educate yourself on patriarchy and all of these things because it's applicable. And then it's applicable to everyday life. And then just put all of that energy into yourself and just don't be dumb. Y'all, the worst thing you could ever do, one of the worst things you could ever do, I feel like this eyebrow is like, is be one of those girls that's like, I always like guys that don't like me back. Because you literally sound like you have no self-esteem, no confidence, no nothing. And so we need to avoid that because why do you think you keep ending up in a situation, capital When like that's your mindset. Oh my god, yes. Yes, getting paid to watch the Stella live stream. How are you doing, Norin? Miss you. How you been, Shoddy? It's like so rainy and like it's raining today in like a very fresh spring way. Like I'm kind of liking it. Oh. Let's take a little look. So like it really everything comes down. Oh my god. The weather was so nice yesterday. Billy's a hater. Put that on the record. It really comes down to trusting your intuition, recognizing the scams, and putting yourself first. Also, I was thinking about this. You know when like you're getting That's literally the bougie Billy, like the bougie Billy himself. Bully Billy, some may refer to him as. Billy the Bully. Should I do primer? I guess. I don't really like this new trend of like jet like grip primers. I like a glowy primer, but we'll just use this. So if like you know when you're just getting a vibe that like you're not having a good time or you're kind of like I want to go home or like I'm uncomfortable, but then you don't listen to that voice because you don't want to be rude or whatever. It's like no, babe. You need to listen to that voice every time because it's like, do you want to be in a bad situation or would you rather maybe be rude? And then you just have to really start training yourself to be in the mindset of like, why would I care about being rude to someone that doesn't care about me or my well-being or my like if I'm comfortable or not? You know? So you have to like unlearn a lot of stuff and be uncomfortable, but it's like worth it because otherwise you're just always going to be like not having a good time. Carving out the brow. Also, when you invest into yourself, which means like eating right, working out, just putting yourself together, you know, you just start to respect yourself more, and then you also are way less likely to put up with bullshit or like an uncomfortable situation or even like a bad situation because you're like, why would I be doing all of this for myself just to like not, just to make decisions that aren't in alignment with that? So that's something else to think about. Okay. I should have got my beauty blender a little more damp, but I guess this one. Like, sometimes I just feel like I need to pop my ears so bad. Mhm. Hello. So when you just don't care and you don't really care about approval from a random, and when you know, truly know and like understand in yourself, like truly know that, oh, thank you. um oh yes, thank you, hula hoop. My bullies will not prevail. Mm. um when you can just take lack of effort and lack of, not even lack of attention, I mean obviously that, but like sometimes someone will be giving you attention but it's not like for the right reasons. So um lack of effort as just like an ick, that will also save you a lot of time. So it's just about rewiring your brain and making choices that align with what it is that you ultimately want, you know? That also. And of course, trusting your intuition. Oh, thank you. Very chic. Yes, with the side part, it's giving like classy. Thank you. I think I'm just gonna do like a light look today, like cute for sure, but just like kind of chill. It's low key giving I could take a nap right now. I don't know why I got 8 hours of sleep. I think I need a coffee. Literally, this, I love this makeup line from Revlon, which is so random, but the finish is like exactly what I want every time. Like, it's just so good. It's like a little glowy, but just very natural. Like, it's the best. Yeah, it's truly the best. So how do you guys feel about retrograde this time around? Have you experienced any TBTs coming back yet? I mean, today's literally the first official day, but it's been in the shadow period, so it's been like building up the past couple weeks. Literally just listening to the birds outside is so relaxing. Like spring is really hitting. Let's see if anybody said anything on my IG. I am taking questions on my story right now if you guys want me to talk about anything specific in that podcast. How to leave everything you've ever known because it's pulling you down lower every day. So this is when I say like trust your intuition, because if you're having that feeling but then you're not making a change because you're scared of the unknown, or whatever, like change is very scary and uncomfortable and like unsettling. But bro, you just have to know that like you would not be feeling that urge to make a change, or like that something is not right for you if there wasn't something to that. Oh my god, hey Brittany. I think it was an April Fool's joke. Uh, y'all pulling any pranks today? Um, so trusting that's like part, in my opinion, of trusting your intuition. We are talking about trusting your intuition, basically, like in a variety of different ways. Like earlier I was talking about, if something doesn't feel like, if you want to leave someplace, but then you're like, oh, I don't want to be rude. If you want to leave like a bad date, or just if you want to leave a situation, you're like, oh, I don't want to be rude. It's like, you wouldn't be feeling like, oh, I want to leave if you weren't having a really good time. I mean, obviously, if you have like really bad anxiety or something, that's different. But even with that, it's like you kind of can feel the difference of like anxiety versus intuition. Mm-hmm. And then also with fear of like the unknown or anything, just fear of making like a life change, fear of making a change, but feeling like just the anxiety of like, I feel like I'm holding myself back, but I don't know what to do. I'm scared. It's like, you just have to trust yourself, trust the universe. And then that's when you can start applying the law of attraction. It's like way more fun to live in the law of attraction, like delusion, than to not. Because I'm telling y'all, it really works. Not the traffic. We're talking about retrograde. Have y'all been enjoying the podcast? LMK. Very that. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. How to strengthen your intuition. That's so true. Are there any specific tips that you have or things that you do? I think for myself, what really helps get started with that is thinking back to past experiences when you have kind of had a weird vibe. Also, I think, again, I know at least for myself, when I've really sat down and thought about it, my intuition is usually very like clear and obvious. Like, since we're on the subject of dating, let's just use that. I can think back to like the first, not even the first date I had with somebody, but like the first time I even met them, and I got kind of just like a weird vibe where I was like, oh, they're like so same, like. But then it's like maybe they charm you, they tell you what you want to hear, like somehow you end up going on a date with them, whatever. But then it's like, I always, if I've had that feeling from the jump, like from the first interaction, I've always been right. So I think that can be um a good way to just start. Like, okay, let's think about the last person you dated that ended up being like odd. It's like, what was your very, very first impression of them? And I think also with journaling, that can be very helpful, because you can, like, the first time you meet somebody, you can write down your impression of them, and then you can like refer to that. Because first impressions are everything on like a vibe level, you know? It's like, I was right about you. And then also that's why you just can't be too trusting of people right away. You can't get emotionally attached or involved with somebody right away because you don't really know them. And then also you just need to keep your intuition very on point. So it's really like a mix of like logic, I feel, and like intuition. Like don't be like, and I was talking about this I think in my last live stream from last week, but don't be like leaning into my femininity in the sense of like being so overly emotional over a guy that doesn't care if I live or die. Like, you need to lean into your femininity in the sense of strengthening your intuition, going off of vibes, like knowing, again, capital K, knowing. Meditation, yes. Literally, bro, literally the past like month or so, I've been way more on top of my meditation routine or just like doing it more frequently. And the days that I do it, those days just are so much better. Like I feel that, you know, that kind of like magical law of attraction manifestation feeling where you're kind of like, ooh, things are just like aligning. Like this is so funny. I think when I talked about it before, I used the example of like sometimes, most of the time before I leave the house, I check what time the train is going to come. So I know, like, do I need to rush? Do I not need to rush? Should I catch the next one? Like, but sometimes I won't check and then I won't rush. And I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I have time. So if I make the soonest one, I make it. If not, I'll just wait for the next one. And there's been multiple instances where just like it so happens, and you could like it so happens that I'm not rushing, I'm not even looking, I don't even care, and then as soon as I just leisurely stroll up, the train gets there. And you could just call that a coincidence, whatever, but it's like, well, yeah, mentally I also was like not stressed out, so I wasn't like forcing it, so I feel better. But yeah, and I recently heard something, I can't remember if it was in a book or like on a post, but they were like, meditation is a tool for the rest of your life, you know? And so often people are like, oh, I don't want to, like, it's boring. You're just like sitting there, like, feels like a waste of time. But it's not even so much about, I mean, it can be about the specific time you're sitting down, like doing it, but it's about how it affects like the rest of your day, the rest of your life. How magical is that? I don't know. Meditate on the MTA. Getting anxiety on the MTA. Yeah, I was like, my plan was to really just use, you know, get ready while I do this, then immediately after record my podcast. I might need to take a little nap. Why? I'm just like so tired right now. And then make a coffee. It's kind of giving that. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe it's the retrograde. Because I literally went to sleep at like 10 p.m. Got a full 8 hours. I'm like, nothing like. Oh my God, that's so scary. Ew. I'm glad you're okay. I mean, good reflexes. Yeah, I kind of hate seeing all these stories. It's like, am I supposed to live in fear? LMK. But honestly, the most important thing is just staying aware. Sounds like, you know, you were aware. So at least. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, literally, like, what's with that? It's like the best. Okay. It's giving like no eyeliner, just like mascara on the top only. You know what's so funny is like when you're like on a date or something and you literally when a man knows nothing about you and he's literally just talking about himself the whole time and then he's like, wow, like you're just so amazing, you're not like bro, it's like, why do you want me to say laugh out loud? Cute. Love this mascara. So what did we learn today, y'all? We learned, or we're reminded, should I say, to trust our intuition. Don't take anything a man says seriously. Like, the actions need to back that up, and prioritize yourself at all costs. Tips for first dates. Why do you feel like they don't go well? Like, give me an example. Tips for first dates be just like, don't talk that much, but not in like a shy way, like just in a like you're just literally sitting there looking like beautiful. You know? Bro. Works like a charm, I'll tell you what. Yeah, definitely don't even offer to pay. Like, I think that is holding a lot of ladies back. Don't feel bad. And just make sure you look really good. And just remember, he needs to be there trying to impress you. Like, don't come in with that energy of like, oh, I need to impress him. I need to be funny. I need to like do the most. You know? And then just know when it's time to leave. And I don't want to say don't be yourself, but like, don't act like you would around a friend. Like, I feel like, I don't know if like you just get a better reaction when you're just like being kind of mysterious and like gorge versus like trying to be funny or like, yeah, trying to impress him. So that's the vibe. Mysterious and gorge. And like sweet. That's another thing. Oh my god, why? Everyone's like moving out lately. Let's just do a little setting spray. This was like from a BoxyCharm. I don't know. Get a grip. It does spray very nicely. Oh. Okay, well, it's a little intense, so just do it from far away. Let me just grab a lip. my cozy pants on. Gotta take a little nap. Shoot. Oh no. The bottom of this was off. You got that medicine I need. Just a little. And we're done with the look. So I'm going to take a little nap. Like, why? Make a coffee and record my podcast. So if there's anything specific you guys want me to talk about this week, go to my Instagram and just submit in the little questions thing on my story, or you can message me directly, LMK. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned something / were reminded of something. And I will see you guys later. Love you.